Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. When I saw the lipstick mark on her wrist, it wasn't mine. It was shaped differently, brighter, careless, like a secret someone didn't bother hiding. She was laughing with her friends in the corner of the crowded lounge, a glass of wine in her hand, her other hand brushing that same wrist. When she caught me staring, her smile faltered for just a second, and then she said it. "Go home if you're jealous." Her voice was light, teasing, as if she hadn't just sliced through my chest with those words. The others laughed. I forced a smile I didn't feel and nodded. "Maybe I will," I said, though I didn't mean to. The air in that room was thick with perfume, chatter, and lies. I stood there for another moment, watching her talk, watching how close that guy, her coworker apparently, stood beside her. His hand brushed hers once, then again, this time deliberately. She didn't pull away. My throat tightened. I turned and walked out. Outside the night was cold. My car keys felt like lead in my palm. I sat behind the wheel and stared at the restaurant lights reflecting on the wet pavement. Part of me wanted to go back in 'cause a scene demanded answers. Another part, the quieter, defeated part, just wanted to leave. So I did. When I got home, the silence felt wrong. Our house was always full of her. Her laughter, her perfume, her shoes scattered near the couch. But that night it was hollow. I walked to the kitchen, opened a bottle of water, and stared at the framed photo on the counter. It was from our anniversary. She had her arms around my neck, her eyes bright, her smile effortless. I wanted to believe that woman still existed. Hours passed. Midnight came. She still wasn't home. I texted her once. "You coming home?" No reply. 1 in the morning my phone buzzed. It was her. "Don't wait up. I'm crashing at Emily's. We drank too much." Emily lived across town, but something about it didn't sit right. Emily never liked her drinking. I could almost hear my wife saying it with that careless shrug she used when she was lying. I went to bed but didn't sleep. Every sound, the wind, the creak of the floor, felt amplified. Around 3, I finally drifted off, only to wake up to the sound of her key turning in the lock. I stayed still, eyes closed, pretending to sleep. She tiptoed inside, trying not to make noise. I heard her shoes drop, the soft rustle of her clothes being peeled off, then the bathroom door shutting. The shower ran. A faint scent of cologne, not mine, hung in the air. My chest clenched. When she climbed into bed beside me, I opened my eyes. "You smell like someone else," I whispered. She froze. Her hand stopped halfway across the blanket. "What? Whose cologne is that?" She laughed, but it was too high-pitched. "You're being paranoid, Mark. I hugged people goodbye, that's all. At 3 in the morning. Her face hardened. "I told you I was at Emily's. If you're going to accuse me every time I go out, maybe you should just stay home next time." I stared at her. The words burned as they left my mouth. "I did stay home. You told me to." Her expression faltered, but only for a second. Then she turned away. "Go to sleep." The next day, she acted as if nothing had happened. She hummed while making coffee, scrolled through her phone, and laughed at something on her screen. I watched her closely. Every smile felt rehearsed. By evening I couldn't take it anymore. "Who were you with last night?" "Yes." She looked up slowly. "Emily." "Then why did Emily call me this morning asking if you were okay?" "She said she hadn't seen you in days." The mug slipped from her hand and shattered on the floor. She didn't say anything at first, just stared at the mess. Then she whispered, "You're checking up on me now?" "I'm trying to understand," I said, my voice cracking. "I'm trying to find out if there's still something real here." She turned her head, tears glinting but never falling. "You wouldn't understand. You stopped seeing me a long time ago, Mark. You just see what you want to believe." "What did I stop seeing?" She hesitated. Then the truth came out like poison. That I was lonely. That I needed someone to talk to. And yes, I found that in someone else. The words hit harder than any physical blow. "You cheated." Her silence was the answer. My knees weakened. I gripped the counter just to stay upright. She tried to reach for me, but I pulled away. How long? I asked. Does it matter? She said quietly. It does to me. 3 months, she whispered. It wasn't supposed to happen. It just did. Something inside me cracked. I walked past her out the door and into the cold night again. I didn't know where I was going. The streets blurred. My reflection in the car window looked like a stranger's. Someone broken, someone who'd lost everything without realizing it. I drove to the pier where we'd first met. The water shimmered under the moonlight. I remembered her laugh, the way she had tucked her hair behind her ear, the promise she made. We'll never be one of those couples who stop trying. I laughed bitterly. My phone buzzed again. It was a text from her. Sorry. He meant nothing. Please come home. We can fix this. But I couldn't go back. Not yet. Not after the lies. Not after the way she looked at me when I asked for the truth. The next morning she showed up at the pier. I didn't have to turn around to know it was her. I could feel her presence. She stood beside me silently for a long time before whispering. I thought you'd gone for good. I almost did, I said. Then why didn't you? I looked at her. Her eyes were red, her voice trembling. Because part of me still loves you, I said. But I don't trust you. And I don't know if love means anything without trust. She started to cry, but I didn't comfort her. I let her tears fall into the cold morning air. After a moment I said, You told me to go home if I was jealous. I did. And now you finally understand what home feels like when I'm not in it. Her face crumpled. I turned and walked away, the sound of her sobs fading behind me. That night she sent another message. It was short. He left his wife. I told him I couldn't do this anymore. But you were already gone. I stared at it for a long time before deleting it. Some betrayals don't end with revenge or reconciliation. Some just leave silence, a hollow kind that echoes forever. And that silence was all that remained of us.